I'm so sorry to ask you these questions. I know you're cold.
It's a cold, pre-dawn morning in January, one that dozens of volunteers are experiencing as they fanned out across the city to count every individual in Charlotte's homeless community living on the streets or in a tent.
Are you okay with me recording your answers just on here?
The volunteers are trained to be as least invasive as possible, but for this data, in person works best. It's the third year of Mecklenburg County's point-in-time count, when it conducts survey interviews with everyone experiencing homelessness on that night. And for the third year, the volunteers and providers are using an electronic app to capture information, streamlining the process for everyone and improving data accuracy for better results. The count affects the federal dollars we receive to help this population.
We have to do this every year because of federal assistance we get from HUD for providing emergency shelter, for providing permanent housing assistance. We also go above and beyond to collect information that can help inform local decision-making right here at home.
Even for the volunteers, the harsh realities of the streets are not easy to hear.
I guess this is on a street or a sidewalk in an abandoned building.
Charlotte has been overcrowded with people, but not overcrowded with housing. And that's something that we desperately need in order to help this population.
In January 2019, in the last point-in-time count, there were 1,700 people, a number the coordinators acknowledge is an undercount. Yet in December, those numbers showed around 3,500 people were actively homeless. The lack of affordable housing contributes to both housing instability and homelessness. In Mecklenburg County, there is a 27,000 unit gap for households at or below 30% of the area median income. Housing that is affordable is the primary solution to reducing housing instability and ending homelessness.
If a person is going to pay for rent, not be cost burdened, the most they can afford is around $300. But the fair market rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Charlotte is at $900.
Why would you not go to the shelter? Ban the environment.
It'll take a second to warm up, I think.
I've seen a number of men and women in homeless camps scattered in what few remaining vacant lots exist around uptown. I've talked to veterans at the men's shelter who hold vouchers but aren't able to get housing.
On this early morning, volunteers from the community and various support agencies are getting their instructions on the questions to ask, how to log that information, and how to provide immediate help.
I'm gonna say good morning, guys. This is Madeline Urban Ministry Center. I'm gonna just kind of introduce it that way, so then that way they know I'm a safe person.
For a lot of folks, this might be the first conversation they have with someone in a long time. And we can connect winter weather related items like sleeping bags, tents, and tarps. Provide a little bit more comfort until housing can become available.
So do you think you've been out here for 1 or 2 or 3 years?
And as Charlotte experiences a boom in upscale housing development, finding affordable housing, even with full-time employment, is out of reach for many.
Numbers are numbers, but when you actually talk to people and you meet them and you understand their story, I think it provides a little bit more incentive and a sense of urgency to get them housed.
They already sent me a case manager with them already.
Wow. When do you think you became homeless? What year?
2016.
The message to these volunteers is stark. Thousands in Charlotte sleep in the cold each night. But what can be done about it? How does the city change the picture and the circumstances? And that's the reason they're here.
It takes both the public and the private sector working together to increase housing stock that's available and then target it for folks who most need it, and that's for the folks with the least income in our community.
Do you ever have family staying with you, or are you just by yourself tonight?
How we can do that is if we get more landlords to just open up the door for this population.
I feel increasing levels of responsibility, and I feel sad that there aren't more resources available for our neighbors who are in most urgent need.
And for the people who gather the information and watch the numbers increase, the effort is about more than sheer numbers. It also puts a face to what homelessness is in our community, that there are people out there with income. Everyone is not just homeless out on the street, on a bench, or in a park. For Carolina Impact, I'm B. Thompson reporting.